Hello again. Today I'm going to be playing more of the Invisible Hours. I attempted to play this game a little earlier, a week or so ago, um, in VR mode, and it gave me motion sickness from all the moving around. So I'm going to be playing it with a controller now. This game is a murder mystery in which you are witnessing the story of, or I assume it's a fictional story, of the murder of Nikola Tesla.
Mr. Tesla?
Um, Essentially, the way the game works is you are invisible. You are an invisible person on this island with all these characters. These are the people that I've met so far. Nikola Tesla here. You can see he's in that spot for the majority of the time, it seems. I wonder if you can. Oh, I can place myself where I want. This is a map of the island, and as I move the scroller along, you can see these are the places I've been at these particular times. So once I get into the game, you'll see the main mechanic, and as you can see, the game basically takes place over. Seems to be essentially 22 minutes in chapter 1. There are 4 chapters that go from, there we go, 7:10. So essentially, what is that? An hour and 20 minutes? Yeah, an hour and 20 minutes, yes. So over an hour and 20 minutes, you see this murder mystery unfold. All these characters play out their parts, and you're essentially an invisible person. Here, let me show you the main gameplay. So here I am in the game. I'm where I dropped my little marker. And let me see. What's the button to? There we go. So there's a button to stop time. As you can see, there's a button to rewind time, and there's a button to fast forward time. And subtitles. And essentially, the point of the game is you can wander around the entirety of the mansion freely. You can affect nothing, but you can go through doors, as you can see, and you can look at everything. You can stop time, you can rewind time, you can fast forward time. You can pick up objects and look at them, but you can't open anything. There are little messages laid out all over the place. You can. About town. And let me stop time. Stop time. I don't want things happening without me there. And essentially, the premise of the game is to, I guess, watch the murder mystery play out. I'm not sure. I haven't played through it yet. When he jumped from the windows, or once there. Okay, this is an interesting note to find because
Tesla's dead. Friday, January 8th.
Okay, that's interesting because Nikola Tesla is currently on the ground floor and appears to have been shot. So it wouldn't make sense that he committed suicide by jumping out a window, which I believe is the true method of Tesla's death. I'm going to rewind a bit because I don't want to miss anything. I wonder if I can hear them from up here. Play. No, apparently not. I have to get closer. Nope, there we go. So, I've already wandered around the house a little bit. I've seen a couple of the people hanging around there. So there's a guy upstairs near a bottle. I think he's looks a little taken aback. I've read a bunch of the letters here. Seems Mr. Tesla was dealing with some sort of temporal travel device or something. I think it has something to do with the fact that I can rewind and fast forward time. Not to spoil anything, because like I said, I haven't played through it, but I get the feeling that in some way you're supposed to be the ghost of Nikola Tesla looking over his own death. The only reason I have for this is if you rewind far enough, the furthest you can rewind is only after he's dead. There's nothing you can do to make to bring Tesla back to life, which makes me think that you are in fact Tesla. Um, then there's the note upstairs that says that Tesla died through suicide, jumping out a window. She was outside over here crying, and the only person that I can presume is not guilty is this guy. That's the only hint we have. Everyone here has already been on the island since before he died, except for this guy. This guy just got here. I think he's some sort of doctor, I believe he said. He knew of Tesla, but didn't know him personally. A little bit of story with her. So as you saw in the pause menu, let me go back to that. In the pause menu, we have all the characters that we've seen so far, and where they are at certain times. We know that at this time, he's there. We know that, for instance, this guy, at these times he's there, and at this time he's there. And at this time he's there, and this is a major event, so I gotta know these things. Sorry about that, I got a text. So you can see these are the people that we've met, where they are at certain times. The ones that I know of are, of course, like I said, Gustav here. Just got to the island on a boat. Very, if you know Agatha Christie's and Then There Were None, 10 Little Indians. From what I've read, doing research, there's apparently another story that people claim Agatha Christie kind of bit off of, called The Invisible Something or Other, that obviously this game is directly based off of. So we have Gustav. Flora was seen out in that the gazebo here crying when Gustav came up. Swan here looks to be a servant. Found a note saying that he was indentured to Tesla under some sort of circumstances. It looked like it was positive, like not a negative situation. But he is blind, which is an interesting thing to note. This is the guy that was upstairs drinking. This is the guy sitting on the stairs that I just saw. He looks very contemplative. And I think it's about time to let the story play out. I think I'm going to try to let the story just play out from this point and follow people. Try not to get too sidetracked, but knowing myself, when something presents itself, I might end up rewinding and fast forwarding a lot just to see what happens. But let's see what happens here. This is where I last left off when I started getting sick.
No, no.
Stand back, miss. What's going on here?
Detective Gustav, I assumed. My apologies, I didn't hear the bell. You must be exhausted. Sweden is a long way to come from. If you will be so kind as to follow me, I will show you to your room.
Stop. Who are you?
I am Oliver Swan, sir. Mr. Tesla's manservant.
You're his butler.
Yes, sir.
What happened here?
What do you mean, sir?
Are you blind?
Yes, sir. Blind from that.
Besides the three of us, how many people in this house?
4. Sir?
Call them down immediately. Bang the gong.
Sir?
You're a detective.
Bang the gong right now. No, I'm not.
But he called you detective.
Mr. Swan?
Sir?
How many exits in this building?
Only the front door, sir. But all the windows can be opened from the inside.
I wandered through the house a little earlier, and I only saw those people. I don't know where the others happen to be. Oh.
That's the murder weapon.
Why the devil is the dinner gong being rung at such an hour? Is he dead?
Mr. Swan, stay where you are. Who are you?
Edison. Thomas Edison.
Edison. The inventor.
Tesla invited me. Who are you?
Thomas
My
Edison?
name is Gustav.
Gustav?
Oh.
Gustav?
That's right.
The detective so good they named him twice. I read about you in the papers, of course. Your downfall is like Shakespeare.
Who are you?
I don't know what kind of detective doesn't recognize the most famous stage actress in the world. That's Sarah Bernhardt. The Divine Sarah?
Sarah Bernhardt. I believe that's a real person, too.
What's your name?
My name is Augustus Vanderberg. I'm Marcus Vanderberg's son.
Marcus Vanderberg. The famous railroad magnate.
I can't be here. I've got to get out of here.
Nobody's going anywhere.
Well, I can't be here. I mean, what are people going to say?
They'll say Tesla had himself an accident.
Oh, this was no accident. He died from a blow to his head, and the blood has only started congealing around the edges. This happened less than 10 minutes ago.
What does that mean?
It means I'm a murder suspect.
We all are.
We can't leave him like this.
I need to mark the time of death. My pocket watch is still on Swedish time. Mr. Edison, you are an American. You have the local time. Yes?
Why does he look so old?
The time, please.
6 o'clock. Exactly 6.
So, see, I should. We've found all the characters now, it seems. So we're at 6 o'clock, everyone's here. From this point, I can then rewind time and go back to find out where everyone's been, which will be an interesting little fun thing to do, see where they all started. What I have to remember now is to pause time, not the game. So this is one of the interesting things about the game. So as you can see, he pulled that cloak off of the clock. We can't do anything in this game besides start and stop time. We have to wait for characters to do certain things. Oh, okay, hold on. Hey. Okay, hold on. That's Mr. Moon. So how did he get from... I'm gonna try not to get sidetracked.
Stop!
I don't know, I can't see.
So this is the other interesting part of the game, is that people will have different conversations as you're in different places.
I can't make it out.
Please, someone tell me what is
The killer's
happening.
trying to escape.
So, I'm gonna let this conversation play
Oh, I can't
out.
see.
See what they have to say.
I can't make it out.
Please, someone tell me what is
The killer's
happening.
trying to escape.
How do we know that's the killer?
Innocent men don't run.
Who said
They're
that?
coming back.
Huh.
How do we know that's the killer?
Innocent men don't run.
But men with guns are not to be trusted.
They're coming back. Coming back.
Why in God's name didn't he just shoot him?
So now, I'm sorry, I said I would just let it pay out, but now I really want to find out what's going on. Because this is, like I said, this is the important part of the game. You can, conversation play out and all, just at normal speed. This game takes an hour and a half to play out. 1 hour and 20
Turn
minutes.
around! I hope so. For your sake.
The killer's trying to escape.
How do we know that's the killer?
I hope so. For your sake. Back to the house.
I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this game, I can tell. But this might be the most interesting and boring game ever.
Stop. Mr. Swan, where's the dining room?
That way, sir. And we have a telephone there too.
Keep walking.
Well, that was over quickly.
Bonsoir, monsieur.
I wonder if Tesla has a set of gallows around here somewhere.
Nobody is to leave this house. I intend to speak with each of you.
Where did young guy go? Okay, I'm gonna follow them in a minute, but I want Jettison. Nobody just stands there for no reason while everyone else leaves.
I must confess, Miss Bernhardt,
Oh,
I'm quite a fan of yours. Does that surprise you? You know who I am, of course. When your name is up in lights, those are my lights. I don't know how you came to that conclusion, but I can assure
So
you
you
that
are the one man who does not want this.
You are quite beautiful.
You are far too easy. I prefer dangerous men.
Oh. I am dangerous.
Then tell me, what is the worst thing you have ever done?
You couldn't handle it. Your makeup is very thick.
All the world is a stage, and all the men and women merely players. I simply want to look my best. For the part that I play in life, darling.
Perhaps I will accompany you to your bedroom.
Perhaps. Later.
It might not be safe up there.
If the most dangerous man in the house likes me, then I'm not in any danger. À bientôt, monsieur.
Well, Nicola, other than inviting your own murderer, your taste in guests is impeccable.
I'm gonna follow you, Edison. I wanna know what you're up to. Nope. peruse the books for a bit. I think he's up to something, but let me go check out.
House.
Okay.
Right then. Take this. Search each floor and report back to me.
Okay, still think you're up to something, Edison. What is that?
An incantation for astral projection. You really put your faith in this? The great Tesla, caught in a snare set to catch fools. A man's mind is exposed by his books. And here you are, a man of science, without a single volume on the subject. Nothing but spiritual mumbo-jumbo. Animum coram pare quies adactylis velit. Seduce the mind because it wants to be seduced. Levare cerebrum ab incanabulus. Lift the mind from its cradle. Volare sursum incrustinum. Fly up, up into tomorrow. Are you in there, Tesla?
So that's another part of this game that's very interesting, is that objects can't be obtained until people pick them up. For instance, that book was part of this bookshelf until he picked it up. Then it became an object that I could read.
My mind is bursting at the seams. I can barely transcribe my designs before 100 more flood into my head.
That's Nikola Tesla talking, obviously, and that's what lends credence to my idea that this is actually you playing his ghost, somehow viewing the activity after his death.
I challenge you.
Let's see that play out real quick again.
Or
Like that.
Are you in there, Tesla?
I challenge you.
I was afraid to come here. I thought I would come face to face with an inventor who is greater than I. But I see now who you really are. Nothing but a parlor trick.
Checkmate. 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 Checkmate.
Yeah!
Checkmate. Checkmate. Checkmate.
Checkmate!
So, I mean, I got real lucky here by following Thomas Edison, which, I mean, I suppose is kind of something you would probably do anyways. But I'm going to leave Edison at this point. If I had followed them, I would have wandered over here and just found this thing broken. And I would have no idea why.
Perils of a blind servant, Tesla.
Your house is dusty, Tesla. So that was an interesting bit of information. I'm gonna jump back in time and follow the dining room now. Edison. So we got to see Edison be angry at Tesla for a bit. Yeah, see.
I thought I would come face to face with an inventor who is greater than I.
You are far too easy. I prefer dangerous men.
Call them down immediately. Bang the gong.
So let's see here.
Search each floor and report back to me.
So we want to go to. We want to go here. And right about. Oh, there we go. See, we can watch everybody. Oh. Okay, so I'm kind of torn at the moment. I'm gonna do it. I can't help myself. So Vanderberg. So we know that Vanderberg. Let's try to find Vanderberg. So we know Vanderberg is there at this moment. Vanderberg is here at this time. So we're gonna set it to this time. And we're gonna hop into the game. We're just gonna fast forward things a bit. We're gonna follow Vanderberg around for a minute. I'm intimately curious about this character. Son of a magnate, super, freaked out by the whole situation. I don't think he's guilty. I'm not sure any of them are guilty, considering the circumstances. There's a gun next to him which wasn't fired. That bat seems to be the weapon. There's a note that he committed suicide, weeks ago? Hold on, I should be able to see. Oh, okay, so Gustav and Flora are talking out there right now. Probably could have fast forwarded time a little bit more. You know what? I can do that. Let's fast forward to. Okay, so hold on. So this is when. Okay, so yeah, this is when Swan and everyone else are in the hall investigating Tesla's body. So we're gonna see if he's still in the room at this time. Oh, so he stood up and started looking outside. Oh, he's got a drink in his hand. Seems a little drunk. Again, unlikely that he's committed anything. Oof, he's drunk. Oh. What was that?
Just sip this one.
I assume he heard the gong that everyone else heard.
I don't know what kind of detective doesn't recognize the most famous stage actress in the world. That's Sarah Bernhardt. The Divine Sarah?
And you? What's your name?
My name is Augustus Vanderberg. I'm Marcus Vanderberg's son.
Marcus Vanderberg. The edges.
I'm gonna let this play out while I go to the bathroom. I've already seen this scene, but
What?
I'm gonna follow Vanderberg when he gets out.
We all are.
We can't leave him like this.
I need to mark the time of death. My pocket watch is still on Swedish time. Mr. Edison, you are an American. You have the local time, yes?
Why does he look so old?
The time, please.
6 o'clock. Exactly 6.
There's someone out there, look!
Nobody moves.
Now I'll have to follow Mundy a little bit later to figure out why he walked from the stairs out the back way. Oh.
Did he kill him?
I don't know, I can't see.
I wonder why Edison wants him dead so much.
Please,
Seems to know something about
someone
Mundy.
tell me what is
The killer's
happening.
trying to escape.
How do we know that's the case?
Innocent men don't run.
But men with guns are not to be trusted.
This is around the time that... Oh, there he goes.
Maybe he'd
I'm
rather ask
gonna
questions.
follow you.
Oh no.
Or maybe they're friends.
Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. No, 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 no.
This is his room. Is he just gonna get drunk? Well, given the circumstances of the situation, okay. Oh. Oh. Come on, dude. Laudanum. Laudanum. I wonder what happens when you mix alcohol and laudanum. Oh. What is this?
James? Can you hear me, James? Are you out there somewhere? You know, I think secretly, Father's glad you drowned. Because it's given him another reason to hate me. Last week, when I left Manchester, he said, I hope the Atlantic is as kind to you as it was to your brother. I tried to be like you, James. I buried my urges. But I suppose I'm always going to be a disgrace to him, aren't I? And now, here I am again, mixed up in another scandal, a murder. And you know what the papers will say. And he'll read them, and he'll believe them. Disown me forever.
Okay, so this
like
guy's
a
got...
dead limb that he once cut off.
This guy's got some major problems. There's a reason
Maybe it's time
everyone
I
was...
cut myself off.
The reason everyone was brought here, there was a letter that Tesla sent to Sarah. I'll go check it downstairs in a second. I wonder how long this is taking.
James.
I wonder how much more I can get him.
Your suitcase, sir.
Oh!
The police will arrive shortly. Are you all right, sir? Very well, sir.
So he was allowed to go. What?
Could you... Would you tell my father that I'm giving him what he wants most in this world?
And, what is that, son?
Another dead son. It's the only kind he seems to care about. So tell him I'm drinking this poison for him. Bottoms up.
Whatever is the matter, hurting yourself is not the answer.
Wow, okay.
Why would you poison your own drink?
Because I can't make my father love me.
All fathers love their sons.
You know, I've tried to be what he wanted. But all he tells me is fine feathers don't make a fine bird.
Well, you seem like a very fine bird to me. Young man, fathers are not always right. You are drunk. And no man thinks good thoughts when he is drunk. Come, you must take a walk and clear your head.
That is a good manservant right there.
What kind of man would I be if I let the arm come to you? Huh? Come.
I might have to rejoin this little duo later. But, I want to find out, too. I want to follow these guys, but I want to follow Detective Gustav, too. Hold on. Oh, okay. Hold on. Gotta rewind a bit. That was important information. Okay, hold on. Okay, fast forward. Come. Come. Okay, so. So this is why I decided to talk during this game. Because I feel that it might just be too boring on its own.
Yes. So, you are interested in machines, in engineering.
Well, my father's an engineer. Brought the railroads to England and designed the carriages that run on them. He's a great businessman. You know, I thought maybe if I learned about machines, then we could find some common ground.
Well, this house is full of mechanical wonders. Now, I must take Miss Van Haar's suitcase. But please, explore the house. Take your troubles off your mind, young man.
Oh, please, let me carry that for you. I'm embarrassed to see you still working for us.
Oh, no. You're a good boy. You relax a while in the library, and when I come back, I will make hot tea, and we will talk some. Yes?
I'm so glad you found me. You know, a man like you would usually be scrambling around looking for Tesla's will. He had money, you know. Sure he left you and your family plenty.
Such things do not interest me.
So, Tesla's library. In there. I'm so sorry. You can't see where I'm pointing, can you?
Well, if it smells like dust and old socks, you are on the right track.
Thank you.
Sense of humor too. And what is Sarah doing?
Perhaps such things.
What the? Is... Hold on. Something happened there.
Well, if it smells like dust and old socks, you are on the right track.
Thank you.
Perhaps such things do interest me.
Hold on. Did Sarah just run by here?
Okay.
Oh, ha. What the? Oh. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, Jesus. Oh, hi. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, hold on. Oh, Jesus Christ. God damn it, Thomas Edison. Oh, man. Okay, so. I got kind of lucky here, I suppose, and I'm going to follow this little thread here.
Well, my father's
So,
an engineer.
as
Brought
you
the
can see,
railroads to
everything
England
happens in real
and
time.
designed the carriages that run on them. Piece of brick.
Perils of a blind servant,
My
Tesla.
fault. Maybe if I learned about machines, then we could find some common ground.
Well,
Okay, so
of
we don't know what
material
Sarah was doing.
now,
And we know that Thomas Edison was down in the library.
but please, explore the house.
And he came up these stairs, and turns out he decided to wander into Vanderbaum's room. Thomas Edison. Oh no. The whiskey poisoned laudanum. So yeah, that's what I suspected happened.
Oh my.
Oh Jesus.
Waste not, want not.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
If you're trying to impress me, I've seen better, huh?
How did you know what to do?
Darling, I'm an actor. I know what a laudanum overdose looks like.
Laudanum? No, it was the whiskey I found. Good
Then
whiskey.
you shouldn't touch things that don't belong to you. It will be your downfall, especially if you're such a lightweight.
No. I was poisoned.
Perhaps it was meant for Tesla.
Perhaps, but I drank it.
Okay.
It's taking it personally. Well, at least we know it wasn't.
You will have seen me at my weakest.
It doesn't look so bad. Perhaps don't make a habit out of it, huh? Okay, are you alright?
Yeah, no, I'm okay. I'm fine.
Any place to cut it off. Resume.
Search each floor and report back to me.
Miss Bernhardt, could you please keep this between us?
Can you drop something in?
Why? Because I want to know who spiked my whiskey before I announce that I know it was spiked. It's good to have one person I can trust.
It
It wasn't
is.
your whiskey testing. No, Edison. Alright, well. If I remember correctly. No, Wendy's out. So this is why I have to. This is end of chapter 2. It's kind of annoying. I have to skip back to chapter 1 just to get the rest of these stories, but such as it is. Let me finish up Vanderberg's part, and since it'll also include swans, very important.
Search each floor and report back to me.
Mm-hmm. Yep, exactly that.
Thank you.
Perhaps such things do interest.
That was, Edison over there. Oh man, what a funny little... Okay, so, yeah, like I said, this is kind of the point of the game. You can see that him poisoning his own whiskey led to Edison drinking the poisoned whiskey like an idiot. Sarah and Edison are having their own little conversation up there. Oh, Vanderbaum, Mundy just miss each other. Mundy does not look pleased with the situation, but he doesn't seem the worse for wear. Wonder if he's able to fix it. I like Vanderbaum. I don't know why. I can think of a few reasons why. Yeah, back to chapter 1. And so let's go after... yeah, we found out a lot about them. So, we just happened to catch the end of that, so let's go back to here. We want to find out the meat of the story. So Gustav seems to be the main character. He's the detective Gustav. The detective's so great they named him twice. Here we go. So Swan was released from this little meeting.
That's far enough.
Let's get a good spot and kind of watch. Oh,
What's this?
I got a letter. What is this?
My last word tasted.
Strange thing to travel with.
Every man's duty ends in the grave. I'm just prepared. If lost without a will, then they auction off everything you had. And I won't stand for that.
Victor Mundy. That your name?
Yep,
Right. Why did you run, Mr. Mundy?
because I'm a murderer.
Sir, Mr. Mandy is here by invitation. Same as you and the other guests.
Funny that we could see Edison close the door in the background.
Sir, the local police can take charge of this matter for you.
Local police. Why not? Hello, operator. Please connect me to the police, please. Hello, police? This is Detective Gustav. Yes, it's Swedish. I'm calling from Mr. Tesla's island. There's been a murder here, and I need you to send a boat immediately. Thank you. Mr. Swan, would you please tend to the other guests until the police arrive?
Very well, sir.
So I can only assume at this point that because Mundy was free to walk around, that he's not considered the murderer, but he calls himself a murderer. From the way Vanderbaum talks, it seems that he is probably not directly involved with his brother's death, but blames himself in some way. Flora seems a little off her rocker just in general. Seems kind of odd. Sarah Bernhardt says that she likes dangerous men. Thomas Edison says he's dangerous. Again, and then there were none. I have to look up the name of that movie. Or book, sorry. But they're definitely playing up that trope, or that story, tribute.
Tell me the truth right now. You said Mr. Tesla turned you away. Why would he do that?
I was his assistant. A few months ago, he fired me without notice. I came here to beg for my job back. I need money, but he wouldn't even let me inside to talk.
You worked here.
Yes.
You know the house. Right then. Take this. Search each floor and report back to me.
Yeah, just me.
I trust you.
I could be the killer for all you know.
No, you couldn't. Because when I met you out in the rain, there were no footprints around you.
What does that prove?
In this weather, that kind of soil, rain takes at least 20 minutes to wash away footprints. Which means that you were sitting exactly where I found you for at least 20 minutes before I arrived. But Mr. Tesla was killed less than 10 minutes before we found him. So you see, you're the only person I can trust in this house. I am a detective. I will catch this killer.
But he said he did it.
Did he? You can go now.
All right. Please be careful, Mr. Gustav.
I will.
So the detective obviously trusts Flora. I gotta stop doing that. So he said right there that because of the time at which they found him, she's the only one he can trust because she couldn't have been the murderer. However, as we have seen, Tesla was dead before he met Flora. And she was out on the patio after he was dead. So she could have presumably killed him and then run outside. It doesn't seem likely, if I remember correctly. There wasn't much in the way of footprints, and in this kind of rain, I'd imagine there would be at least some. Although I don't think it started raining until he got here. I mean, I'm just cynical enough to believe that just because he trusts her, she's the most likely suspect. But let's keep up with Gustav. I think he's the most interesting part of the story.
Who's the French woman out there?
I don't think you're Miss Bernard's type, Mr. Mundy. So, you killed Mr. Tesla?
You say I did.
Really? Why would I say that?
Because I've killed before. I killed my wife. And a bit on the side. I did 26 years behind bars for it. So I'm an easy scapegoat for something like this.
As I said, he claims to be the murderer. I have to go get a drink and go to the bathroom. I'll be back. Back again. Continuing the story. I know we have a lot of story to get through. I'm going to try to get through it all. I'm going to try to follow Gustav.
Because I got a letter out of the blue. Tesla said he can change my life. Make my mistake undone. Let's just say he got my attention. He said the same to you, didn't he?
How well did you know him?
First I ever heard of him when I got a letter. And when I got you, the blind bloke opened the door.
So I read a couple of the other letters that people got. I think I read Sarah's letter. Apparently everyone got a letter that Tesla could make their mistake undone. Presumably time travel stuff. And as we can see, time travel. But Tesla's dead. So.
Or any of the other guests. Is when you found him.
Not much of an alibi, Mr. Mundy. A blind man.
When I killed my wife, my daughter testified against me. Little Mary Mundy. 7 years old she was back then. But those fancy men in their wigs, they believed her. That's why I snuck the knife into the courtroom. I went for her throat, but I missed. I took her nose clean off her face. A juicy little scrap for the courthouse dog. I still dream about finally gutting that ungrateful bitch, wherever she is now.
Why are you telling me this?
Because you need to understand. If I want to kill someone, I don't hide it. I don't lie. People lie because they're afraid. And I ain't afraid of nothing. What about you?
Me? I don't like violent men, Mr. Mundy. They bring out the worst in me. Do not try to leave this house before my investigation is over. You can go. For now.
Okay, well, there we go. That's the story that we missed there. So we know everyone's somewhat spoilers for these stories, and then there were none, and I looked it up. Spoilers for anyone who hasn't read, and then there were none, or I looked it up, the story The Invisible Host. Both stories involve a group of people all summoned to a place, a mansion, island, something along those lines. And they're all responsible for some sort of death. They're usually not specifically murderers, such as Mundy claims to be. Not sure he actually is. I read and then there were none. The people involved are kind of murderers. Usually the deaths are they're related, they're involved, but they're not directly, they didn't kill the person themselves. It seems to be similar situations here. Mr. Mundy, he says his daughter testified against him and they believed her, which leads me to believe that he didn't actually do it. As we saw in that little news report, Vanderbaum's brother died on a river. Presumably he's blamed for it. Even though I'm sure, Icy River, he fell through. I've actually been in that situation, so I don't know. Probably got a little more involved with Vanderbaum than I think. But anyways. As you can see here, this is a notice of Swan's indentured servitude to Tesla. Pardon me? Hello? Yeah, I was going to forget to talk to you about that. Do a cash payout. Give me a second, I can look this up for you. Basically, I forgot to put his information into the system so I can give him a paycheck. So I'm just going to give him a payout for the amount he would have gotten on paycheck. 1 second. Tell him that, just so, he's not, wondering. Give me a second. I'm looking up his time sheet so that I can tell you how much to give him. Sorry about this. Alright, Larry. There we go. So do a cash payout for $75. Register payout. Reason it doesn't matter really. And just put Larry as the reason, and do $75. And tell him I'm sorry that I forgot to put him on the table. Alright, see ya. Sorry, real life stuff gets in the way sometimes, you know how it is. Oof. So, back to Tesla's murder. So Mr. Mundy obviously believes himself guilty of, things. Vanderberg. I keep saying Vanderbaum. Vanderberg believes himself guilty of his brother's death. Edison thinks himself strong man. Bernhardt seems to be. Let me see if I can find that letter. I want to find that letter just so. I like sharing the knowledge. So I believe, if I remember correctly, the letter was actually right next to the robot right here. Monsieur Tesla, I'm afraid. So you can see, I don't like reading things out loud. But what happened? Monsieur Tesla, I'm afraid your bizarre offer to make my mistake undone falls on deaf ears. For you see, I do not regard what I did as a mistake at all. That wretched old man abused dozens of women just like me. I could not let that continue. I do not know how you found out, but the secret will remain a secret, or it will be the worse for you. Biagre, Sir Bernhardt. So, Mr. Tesla offered her the same offer he made to Mundy. Apparently, Sarah Bernhardt killed some old man. What are you doing, Mundy? Oh, they have to sit here being mysterious until the episode ends. And Flora is investigating. Kind of glad she doesn't talk to herself. Oh, there's a message.
At first, I planned to use ethanol as a gasoline extender while I finished.
So that's the voice of Tesla. That's Tesla's voice, just so you know. I think he's German?
Mr. Tesla. Whilst I have the greatest respect for you as a fellow engineer, I must say the accusation you made in your letter did nothing short of horrify me. To suggest that my brother's death was anything other than a tragic accident is a profoundly offensive notion. I loved my brother just as my father did. I have no idea how or why you would claim to know such details anyway, since the event occurred more than 15 years ago. Sincerely.
So as you can see, everyone sent back an angry letter to. So apparently Tesla sent out various letters to various people, including Gustav, offering to fix their mistakes, which is presumably their murders. Oh, wrong angle. And at least two of them, we know that Bernhardt sent back an angry letter saying that she did not feel guilty for what she did, and Vanderberg sent back a letter saying he was not guilty of whatever he did. I'm opening the door. I have a feeling someone must open that for us first to see what's inside. Is this Swan's room? Swan. That looks Swan, but mystery upon mystery. So this looks like it would probably be Swan's room. But why Tesla would give him such a small room? Well, okay, he used his manservant. He said he was blind since birth, but this looks like Swan, and he doesn't look blind. Unless that's Swan, but he doesn't look blind there either. It's kind of hard to tell with kids, but I mean, I'll flip it over, nothing, okay. And it's face down besides. And we have a mask on it. Mystery upon mystery. Okay. So this is what I find is probably going to be more interesting later on as we go. Is I can't help but just wander around and look at these little things, little details here and there, and pick up letters and read them. And I know I'm going to wander off and look at things like I did with Tesla and Bernhardt, and the fact that, for example, I saw the Vanderberg part in which he poisoned his own drink. Is that Gustav? In which he poisoned his own drink, followed by Edison wandering in and just taking it. Oh.
Today, my assistant, Flora, finally received news of it.
So, I mean, I'm not sure if it's a big surprise to those who may, know of Tesla. Um, let's let the story play out a bit. What's one doing? He's looking for the will. Who to follow? Who to follow? Okay, so we followed most of the people through chapter 1. Got most people's things filled. Yeah, we've stuck by the body the whole time. Oh, I wonder if there's an achievement for just filling up all the bars. Ugh. Might just have to let the game run for like hours. But like I said, I'm going to be following Gustav. Let's just hang out with him right until the end. Let's start where we left off. He's just sitting there, looking kind of miserable. We can fast forward. Oh, wait, bring it down. Alright, fast forward. Yes, it's very confusing, Mr. Gustav. It's very, very confusing. I don't understand it either. Oh. You did not go all over the... You went like all over the first floor. Come on now. Yeah. Alright. We're gonna follow the detective, because that's who the interesting guy in the sword is. I can't guarantee I won't wander off following someone else at some point, but do my best.
Oh, I thought Mr. Swan was in here.
Flora, did you find anything?
No, nothing.
Why did you want to know where the butler is?
I was hungry. What about Victor Mundy? I thought he did it.
I'm going to talk to everybody.
Why did you lie about being a detective?
I didn't lie.
You didn't tell the truth.
All that matters is bringing this killer to justice.
I have a right to know who I'm stuck in this house with. Why did you say you weren't a detective?
Because a real detective doesn't make mistakes.
Everybody makes mistakes. You look like you could use a drink. I know where Tesla keeps the good whiskey.
With love in a minute.
No. No, there's work to be done.
So who do you think killed Mr. Tesla?
It's a little early for that,
I think you did, Flora.
but I have my suspicions.
Who?
Mr. Edison!
Go.
It was kind of loud.
I'll take the rest of the house.
Where is Mr. Edson?
What if she poisoned him? Then why save me?
It wasn't.
I am a respected inventor.
No. So where is? Oh. Huh. Hmm. Meanwhile, Vandenberg's over here. Is he? Oh. 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 Ah. So this is the other part of this game, which is that there are parts of this house that cannot be accessed by normal means. For instance, dear Mr. Tesla, thank you for your kind, if rather ambiguous, invitation. I do not know how you came to hear of me, but in truth I am very short of friends these days, so I will gladly come to your aid. However, while I am there, please refrain from offering me drink. There are parts of me that I do not care for, and alcohol tends to bring them forth. I look forward to meeting you, Gustav. It's Swedish. So, Gustav seems to be the only one who's actually kind of interested in finding out what Tesla was talking about. Everyone else refused, and yet here they are. I'm not sure what that means. We have our little secret lab here.
Today,
Flora lost her husband somehow, but from the sounds of it, doesn't sound like she was involved at all. Oh, someone's watching. Hello, follower. I am playing The Invisible Hours. It is a murder mystery game in which you can stop time and follow around various players as they investigate the murder of Nikola Tesla.
from this moment, my life is changed forever. The sounds from the spirit radio were not random. They were a message. Instructions in Morse code teaching me how to tune the radio. And when I did tune it, a voice spoke to me.
Nikola Tesla has been murdered at approximately 5:45 p.m. There are, pardon me, approximately 8 people on this island, 7 of which are suspects in this murder, or 6 of which are suspects in the murder of Nikola Tesla. This is a map of the island and the rooms within. I am an invisible investigator. I can move time forward as well as backward. in order to see the story play out as I see fit. However, the story happens in real time. I cannot control anything within the story, except for how it plays and where I am at the time. Certain things will occur at certain times in certain places involving certain people. Whether I'm there determines whether or not I experience those things. For instance, this conversation here, or this conversation over here. Pardon me, takes a moment. Or for instance, over here. This is Sarah Bernadette. This is Thomas Edison. Pardon me. This is, I believe his name is Augustus Vanderberg. He lost his brother. Augustus Vanderberg. And this is the corpse of Nikola Tesla. Up here we have, I believe his name is Swan. I'm not sure if he has a first or last name. And found something. Pardon me. Pull that back a bit.
Tesla's will.
My entire state center. I believe that's actually what happened. This is Victor Mundy. He was accused of killing his wife and her lover years ago, and he did in fact cut off the nose of his 7-year-old daughter in court. Let's see here. This is Flora. This was Nikola Tesla's assistant. She lost her husband somehow. This is Gustav. Gustav, a very prominent detective who is no longer a detective for unknown reasons. Apparently he made a mistake. And here we go. So I've already seen this conversation. This is Gustav and Flora talk about the fact that Gustav never told Flora that he was a detective. I'm a little more interested to catch you up on things. Right over here. So in here.
For I announce that I know.
This was. Oh, what's this? Hold on. There's a ring here. Can I pick up that thing? Looks important somehow. Might just be the cork. Okay, yeah, it's just the cork. So this is Mr. Vandenberg's whiskey. He put laudanum, which is a kind of hallucinogenic, I believe, but he put an excessive amount in it into his whiskey in order to poison himself. Edison came along and drank the whiskey and almost died. Bernadette, who knows laudanum because she's an actress, helped survive it. And he thinks someone poisoned him. That's because he's super paranoid. Meanwhile, Mr. Vanderberg finds a secret door.
A secret door?
Okay, so the game's not perfect.
You look guilty.
Why do you say that?
Calm yourself, boy. People murder for personal gain. What more does a Vanderberg have to gain in life? It would take you 10 lifetimes to spend all that money. So, where were you when Tesla met his grisly fate?
Upstairs.
Ah. But how do you know that's when he died?
Well, it must have been some time between when that woman was shouting at him and when the detective arrived.
What woman? I'll be back.
So someone was shouting at him.
Wait a minute. But then why sit?
Vanderberg, you're smarter than you believe. But I have to follow Gustav. Gustav.
I am a respected inventor, detective, not a dog. Don't call me in such a manner.
Sit.
I see you don't drink the house whiskey.
Your cologne smells very expensive.
It's rose water. Same scent that Mozart wore.
Hoping some of his genius will rub off on you.
I already am a genius.
Isn't that what they say about you and Tesla? That you are the Salieri to his Mozart.
You've got a damn nerve.
You knew each other well, didn't you? At best you were rivals, at worst enemies maybe. Yet according to the papers, Mr. Tesla out-invented you time and time again. Have I got that right?
Nikola Tesla was no more my equal than you are, detective.
Then why come all the way out here?
Perhaps you should lay off the booze, Mr. Gustav. It pushes a man's mind in foolish directions.
You came to kill Tesla, didn't you?
Who the hell do you think you are?
Well, if you didn't, why are you here? Why are you here, Mr. Edison?
Because I wanted to know what he meant.
About what?
Tesla said if I came, he could make my mistake undone. I wanted to know how.
What mistake? Oh, I assure you, I will find out either way.
A man like me receives dozens of unsolicited designs every day. Some of my inventions may have been, shall we say, inspired by those designs. And somehow Nikola found out. He called it my great mistake. Dear God, I do hope this isn't your will. There's barely a word spelled correctly.
So, you stole your inventions. You're not a genius, you're a thief.
You can't put a steak in front of a wolf and expect them not to eat it.
Tesla could have ruined your name. That's a powerful motive for murder.
You think I would really tell you all that so willingly if I actually killed the man?
Well, in my experience, people tend to tell a little truth to hide the bigger lie.
Brilliant theory, detective. But I'm afraid I must exonerate myself. Follow me. Heel. Mr. Vanderberg! Mr. Vanderberg!
What are you doing?
Murder is a matter of motive and opportunity, yes? Evidently, you're stupid enough to believe I was sufficiently motivated. But let us now test your little theory and see if I had opportunity. Where the hell is that boy? Probably got stuck in a pile of his father's money. Mr. Vanderberg!
If you had an alibi, Mr. Edison, you would have told me by now.
I didn't expect to be accused.
All right. Where were you when Mr. Tesla was killed?
I was alone in my room.
Not a very good alibi, is it?
I don't remember hearing yours. Maybe you killed him.
What's going on?
Tell him what you told me. About what you heard. You heard a woman. Tell him.
Well, a few minutes before you arrived, I heard something.
What?
Someone, a woman's voice, arguing with Tesla. It must have been moments before he was murdered.
A woman's voice? Whose voice?
I don't know. I was upstairs in my room and the storm was too loud to hear what they were up in arms about.
At that time, there was only one woman in this house.
You think she killed him?
Mademoiselle?
Miss
Banner?
Miss Bernhardt.
Oh, she seems pleasant enough. But they say she used to be a whitetail.
I'm afraid your American slang is lost on you, Mr. Edison.
Well, that's probably for the best. Just remember, she's an actress. She lies for a living.
Bonsoir, gentlemen. Have the police arrived?
No, not yet. Would you please come to the dining room, mademoiselle?
I'm not sure I can entertain all three of you at once.
Just me, Miss Banner.
I suppose that would do. Ooh la 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 la. You all look very serious.
Edison's very quick to throw
A man did just
accusations.
die here.
But the show must go on, no?
I know what happened. There's a second lock on that door.
A second look.
Yes, it is electromagnetic.
What's that?
Something's going on over there.
Mr. Vanderberg, don't wander off too far. I intend to speak to you next. Gentlemen?
So my thoughts so far are that obviously Gustav is innocent. Vanderberg seems too jumpy. There's Monday. Oh, I want to watch this so bad, but I want to watch Gustav interview Bernhardt. There's obviously that something that happened right here.
Tomato, you can trust me. I swear.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, so Edison seems too haughty to have killed Tesla. He seems to... Look at that face. Ugh. Bernhardt seems really too kind of blasé about the whole thing. I mean, she seems like from the letter, it seems like she's killed someone on purpose before, but doesn't seem too interested in killing Tesla. Mundy, like he said, if he wanted to kill someone, he would have just killed him. He wouldn't have been so like, did I do it about it? Vandenberg seems too worried about it. Flora seems the most likely. Like, just run outside and start crying. Swan's blind. And I don't know, he seems like he kind of liked Tesla, but it's really hard to get a read on him. I'm gonna follow Gustav. There's so much going on. If there's a random gunshot, I'm gonna have to run over
So
to
you're famous, Miss Bernard.
You flatter me, Monsieur Gustave. But an actor does not seek fame. We seek only truth.
Then we have one thing in common. By the way, Mr. Vanderberg says he heard you shouting at Mr. Tesla at the front door, moments before he was murdered.
Then Monsieur Vanderberg is a liar.
Really?
The butler let me in, not Tesla. He showed me to my room, and there I stayed until you arrived.
Well, if it wasn't you that was shouting at Mr. Tesla, then who?
I don't know. Perhaps we should have a seance and ask him.
We use
Why
the
did
spirit
Tesla
radio.
invite you here?
Just because you're handsome does not mean I will give up my secrets so fast.
I am an officer of the law. This will go as fast as I want it to.
But you get so much deeper if you go slow. Let's play a game together.
I'm not interested in games.
But you are interested in the truth. In this game, we'll take turns. You answer my question, and then I will answer yours. This way we both get what we want.
Go on.
Do you like me?
Doesn't everybody?
I only care if you do.
Why would you care?
Is it your question?
Oui.
Because if the most dangerous man in the house likes me, then I'm not in any danger.
Oh, I'm not dangerous.
Oh, what a pity.
I think Sarah Bernhardt is a real person. I think she might die.
Monsieur Detective, is there such thing as a mystery that cannot be solved?
2 men on a roof. One fell off. There was no way of proving whether he was pushed or he jumped.
The perfect crime.
My turn. I think you came here because Mr. Tesla told you he could make your mistake undone. What was that mistake?
I made no mistake.
No?
No. Somehow Tesla knew a secret that I never told another living soul. I didn't want him dead. I wanted to know how he knew. What's this?
It belongs to the man I called outside. Something is burning. Stay here.
It's an expensive administration. Home to my beloved Don Lucky.
His name is Victor Mundi.
She has a connection with Victor Mundi? Okay, hold on. I have to... Where did Gustav go? God damn it. Okay, hold on. Rewinding. I have to follow Gustav. There's something... Oh. Okay.
Stay here.
Oh, Jesus. Oh. Oh, is he gonna open that door? Okay, we couldn't get through this door, so he's gonna break it down. Oh no, okay. Okay. Can't get through that door until someone opens it, just like the secret door. Spirit radio. Here's the secret door that Vanderberg opened. What are you doing, Mundy? What is your connection with Sarah Bernhardt? Oh, Jesus, so many threads.
Hello?
You're gonna follow Gustav because he's the... Oh, here comes Bernhardt.
Is something burning? I smell smoke!
Who poisoned my drink?
Nobody did, you douchebag. Oh, fucking... I'm just gonna follow Gustav. I can't believe Thomas Edison's such an asshole. I think it's funny that most... Okay, so this is a little sidetrack right here. So, Thomas Edison is a tremendous asshole. Like, in real life. Like, the real life Thomas Edison was a tremendous asshole. He made great advances in science and technology and this and the next thing because he stole it from other people and was a good businessman and managed to, like, market it and shit like that. He used to electrify animals to try to disprove Tesla, to show how dangerous Tesla's technology was. And, you know, as the game said, he stole a lot of stuff from people who submitted their inventions to him, and then he just made the inventions and claimed them as his own. It was tremendous douchebaggery. Um, that being said, I mean, he made the shit popular. I mean, his light bulbs are the light bulbs. There's no denying that. He's a tremendous asshole. I just think it's really funny that every kind of like, at this point, every version of him is that way because people realize it by now.
What's going
Oh
on?
man, was that the will?
Somebody was trying to burn this document.
Well, it certainly wasn't me. I was downstairs. What is it? What does it say? For goodness sake, man, what does it say?
It says other death.
What does that mean, other death? What other death?
Indeed.
It could be instructions for the killer.
No, this is Tesla's handwriting. Did you happen to see anybody else come up here?
No. No one but you. You smelled that burning from downstairs?
I did.
You've quite a nose.
I hate you, Thomas Edison. Why are you such a douchebag? I want to follow you because you're a douchebag, and I want to follow Vanderberg because I kind of like him, and I want to follow Gustav because he's obviously the main character. Pretty sure that's the will that Swan found in the first episode. Goddamn hour and 20-minute game. What are you doing, Vanderberg? What are you doing, Vanderberg? Did you do something over here? Someone dead again? Oh, Vanderberg, did you find another secret door? Oh, jeez, okay, hold on. What are you in here? Okay. So, you were... Oh! You were talking with Bernadette.
Au revoir, monsieur. Au revoir.
Where were we?
Detective, I wish to be honest with you.
Okay, I'm gonna have to take a moment to go to the bathroom, probably get another drink. Things are developing, that's interesting. I kind of want to play this chapter over again, just to see that, I mean, we saw that Bernhardt left the dining room. Obviously had some sort of long conversation with Vanderberg at some point. But to Gustav, and anyone following Gustav solely, would have noticed that Bernhardt didn't leave the room. So again, the interesting part about this game is that so many things can happen while you're not watching the characters. I have these little markers showing me what I've obtained, or pardon me, news reports and things like that, like the one detailing Tesla's death. But I mean, we'll check back in a moment when when I get back. Alright, I'm back. As you can see, we're approaching the end of the chapter, so at the end of the chapter I'll do a quick recap of what we know is going on so far in the story. I'll recap a couple of things that I also know are going on that I don't know what they mean. Scenes that I happen to stumble upon but haven't actually watched yet. But I'm going to keep going with the game because I want to try to reach the end at least. See if they actually solve it before I look at all the little intervening stories. As interested as I am in all of those little stories. But let's continue where we left off. Gustav is going to continue his interview with Bernhard.
I thought you were honest all along.
I know who killed Tesla.
Who?
Victor Mondi.
And you know this exactly how?
I just...
You have to do a little better than that.
Why else would he run away?
Remind me, what was your alibi?
You can't seriously believe what Vandenberg said about me. The spoiled little nouveau riche. Call him in here. If I am to be accused, I want to hear him say it to my face. Monsieur Vandenberg! Monsieur Vandenberg!
You know, if I stay in this room, the whole story will probably play out.
You told Monsieur Gustav that you heard my voice right before Tesla was murdered.
Not exactly. I said I heard a voice.
No, you said you heard a woman's voice.
I was the only woman in the house. That is an accusation.
I can't be sure that it was a woman.
May I remind you that you told me quite plainly that you heard a woman arguing with Mr. Tesla moments before I found him dead.
I wasn't being entirely truthful.
Then be truthful now.
It wasn't a woman.
Why would you say it was?
Mr. Edison is a very passionate man.
So?
Passionate men are best agreed with when their blood's up. Honestly, I think the voice I heard was a man's.
A man like Victor Mondi.
I don't know.
Mr. Vandenberg, either you were lying then, or you are lying now.
This is the truth now. Maybe somebody else got into the house.
No. Victor Mondi tried to escape. That means he's guilty.
I will decide who's guilty and who's not guilty. How would somebody else have come into the house?
The bullet's blind.
Mr. Swan! Get out, both of you.
I have to admit, Gustav, you're not doing a fantastic job here. Where is Mr. Swan?
So the detective let you go?
Well, he must have, mustn't he?
Gotta follow Mundy. Mundy's an interesting character. I mean, in almost every story I've read, any character who calls themselves a murderer is usually, what's the word for it? Regretful, regrets at least being called a murderer. Sometimes they are, it's not a, they often are a murderer. And look, I bet the little fifth, little 5 is there, so you don't know what happened at the end. I'm sure it's another like 20 minutes or so, maybe 10 minutes. And I presume this game's about an hour and a half. But let's go back to the start, back to Gustav. We're gonna follow Gustav. Following Gustav, he's the detective. Presumably, he will get the information.
I've got a treat for you. Come with me.
Mr. Edison, could I borrow you for a moment?
Oh, yes, of course. That's quite the pocket watch. May I see it?
I thought the option belonged to me.
Really?
Can I show you?
Oh man. Oh man. Okay, so I'm gonna take a little sidetrack and I'm just gonna follow Miss Bernadette and Mr. Mundy for a minute. Because she obviously has a problem with him.
I've got a treat for you. Come with me.
Mr. Edison, could I borrow you for a moment?
Oh, yes, of course.
Come on in.
That's quite the pocket watch. May I see it?
It's a spirit radio. Says you used it to contact the dead. You said you'd lost someone, so I thought, well, we could try it together.
Ma chérie! We are friends, aren't we? Would you like to talk with the dead? What do you mean?
Don't you want to be alone? With me?
Come on. It's a party. Victor found a contraption that Tesla used to communicate with the dead.
Does it work?
Let's find out together, huh? A seance.
Is she Mary Mundy?
Actually, I was looking for Mr. Swan.
Well, maybe you should go and find him then.
Don't be rude. 3 is a magic number. 1, 2, 3. Please stay. Alors. Please stay. Alors. The number 1 rule of a seance is that no one leaves the circle once we begin. We must stay together for safety. Is there someone you wish to speak with in the spirit world? Perhaps the man in your locket.
How do you know about him?
You're a young woman. A long way from England. You wear a wedding ring, yet you are traveling alone. That locket can just be for decoration. Who is he?
My husband.
How did he die?
At war. saving 10 other men's lives. I'd rather not.
What is his name? What?
I don't want to say.
What's his name?
His name is Richard.
Don't
I have to go.
break Isabel. No!
You're hurting me!
Stop. Why don't you want to be alone with me?
Yeah.
Swan?
I'm at least young, monsieur. Run away with you, monsieur.
What are you doing, Swan?
I only thought that
That
maybe
detective.
she-
Did he tell you something better than me?
He did not even mention you.
You said you lost someone. Who'd you lose?
My mother. She died when I was young.
What was her name?
You know, if this contraption really works, then, shouldn't we call Tesla? Monsieur Tesla! Monsieur Nikola Tesla! If your killer is in this house, speak his name. Speak his name.
Where did she go? Okay, hold on. Okay, a bunch of shit happened while I wasn't looking. God damn it. Okay, hold on. I said this was gonna happen. I said if something happened like this, I was gonna have to. Okay, so I'm gonna finish watching them, watch them run off, and then I'm gonna find out what happened.
It came from in
Flora?
there.
Where is she?
Where is he?
Okay, now I'm gonna stop time and go find out. And if someone's dead, I'm gonna have to rewind time, and I'm just gonna have to. Oh, please don't let Vanderberg do that. Oh. Oh, Vanderberg. Oh, please don't let Vanderberg be dead. Oh, god damn it, Vanderberg. Don't be dead, Vanderberg. Oh, Vanderberg. He left the workshop open. Vanderberg. Oh, god damn it, Vanderberg. Don't be dead, Vanderberg. Don't be dead, Vanderberg. Oh, Vanderberg. Oh, dude. Well, I mean, so I know for a fact this isn't how Nikola Tesla died. And I'm not sure Gustav is a real person. I think Sarah Bernadette is a real person, but... Okay, huh? Here's Swan.
What's going on?
Alright, hold on. I'm gonna have to teleport inside. What the? Why would he?
What are you doing?
Okay, hold on. So, oh, Vanderberg. Oh, if he's dead, I'm gonna have to rewind time and find out exactly why he's dead. Oh, goddamn Vanderberg. Oh, goddamn Vanderberg. No, Vanderberg. Okay, I'm gonna have to rewind time. I have to find out how Vanderberg died. Oh, dude.
Loud enough. No one with a life as perfect as yours would want to kill themselves.
Dude, that is...
What'd you do that for?
I see what you're doing. You didn't bring me down here to show me all this. You brought me down here to finish what you started. You're the one who tried to kill me.
I brought you down here to see if you could open the lock on that door. A locked door in a secret room.
You're the one who tried to poison me. You're the one who burnt that document. That's how you know what other death means. You wanted me out of the way. So you could take all this for the Vanderbergs. But this is my genius now.
Aw, Vanderberg.
Waste not, want not.
You son of a bitch. Okay, well, Thomas Edison just murdered somebody. Flora, how did you... Another secret passage. Where did this come from? Oh. Oh, I can't open it until she opens it. Okay, so I'm gonna have to rewind time. Fucking fuck you, Thomas Edison. Oh, haha. So can I do it if she opens it from this side? Where's that? It looked like a camera flash. I can see her, but I can't go through from this side. But she knew about it. She knew exactly about it. Oh, okay. Hold on. Alright, Flora. You ain't gonna get me. But... Okay, so hold on. That was a camera flash. So where is that camera? I wonder. Oh, this door.
No one with a life as perfect as yours would want to kill themselves.
you do that for?
I see what you're doing.
Okay, so I have to watch Flora walk through that door to unlock that door. Oh, sorry, I'm deep in concentration. So, Flora, aha! So this is where Flora, yeah, so, let's let this play out. I think she's Mary Mundy. I think that's a fake nose. Sarah Bernhardt, world famous actress. Thomas Edison, murderer. Pardon me for standing in an empty hallway. Hold on one second. So we know at this moment, for some reason, Swan is out there fucking with the lights. Why? Why would he have to do that? Alright, so that unlocks this door. I can now walk through this door. Hurrah! Even though this door is now closed. I can walk through it. Okay. So that's how this game works. Door! Ding! So then Flora walks down here. She hears voices. Wait, no one's supposed to know about this place.
My mother. She died.
Did she hear anything? No, she probably didn't. So, much like a movie, you can see how just people just missing each other can change the story in such dramatic ways. Oh, I said I was gonna follow Gustav. I didn't expect it to be this loud when I was right next to it, but okay, yeah. Okay.
Hello? If somebody's down here, you better come out now.
Alright, well, I know Edison did it now. So now, I know, okay, so, oh, Gustav, you're like the least interesting person in this whole thing. Okay, so hold on. Okay, I'm sorry. I followed Mundy and Bernadette that whole time, and I didn't follow Gustav, so I'm actually going to jump back in time to Gustav, because I want to follow the detective. Oh, this story. Okay, so Gustav. We followed him back here. Alright. This is where we left. Well, Bernadette and Mundy went off to have a conversation in a seance with Flora. And, oh. Gustav met with Swan. What were you doing in there, Swan?
How may I help you, sir?
Mr. Swan, did you let each of the guests in personally?
Yes, sir. All except for Miss White. She came with you.
Right. And when you opened the door, could somebody else have snuck in behind them? Maybe somebody we don't know about?
I don't know, sir.
Forgive me, Mr. Swan, but why would Tesla pay to have a blind assistant?
To keep his secret safe from prying eyes. And he did not pay me. I work for free. It's what the government says I must do to stay here in America.
Indentured servitude.
That's slavery, what you're describing.
No. I was a slave in Zanzibar. Here, I am an indentured servant. But if people think I killed Mr. Tesla, I will be sent back. I cannot go back.
Mr. Swan, I wouldn't worry. Blind men don't usually get blamed for murder.
Thank you. Please, excuse me. I must turn down the guest rooms.
Of course.
But instead you go outside and fuck with the lights. Are you really blind? Not to say a blind person can't, hold on a second, I'm sorry. Not to say a blind person can't eventually learn to get around as well as a, normal seeing person, but I've just gotta see something. Okay, it comes over here. Okay. I'm sorry, it's making me laugh. Okay, so he's not blind. Hold on. Okay, so we just runs up, looks around, sees the lever, pulls the lever. And then checks. Okay, so he's not blind. He's very obviously not blind. That is very important. Oh, Jesus. Okay, that changes. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. Okay, I'm gonna follow you, Gustav. I'm gonna follow you. Oh man, Swan. Okay, so I don't think he's the murderer just because of the way he reacted to what Vanderberg said. Poor Vanderberg. Oh, Vanderberg.
Hello?
You see, so I came out of this room, saw his corpse uncovered and thought something sinister happened. Oh. And that's okay, so that and they so this is the interesting thing about the game. So you only see parts of the story at a time. Much like a movie in general, you know, you only see parts of the thing, but you can rewind and replay things to see what you missed in real time. That's Swan fucking with the lights. In that room, I still want to know what that is. Looks like a camera flash. And I feel like it's probably a camera flash down in that room taking a picture of Edison murdering Vanderberg. I hope it is so that, you know, the murder gets uncovered. I hope they have a... Oh man, I really, really hope that there's a Clue-like ending where they have a wham, and then this is how this guy killed this guy. Because that's what you are doing. Oh! So he closed the door. And locked it. So someone trips. Comes back. Door's locked. Fuck! What the? What did you find?
Flora's lucky.
Where was the floor is locked? Okay, hold on 1 second. Just because I know where Flora is. And Flora is wearing her locket. Flora's locket exists in places inside.
Really works in
Oh,
shouldn't be called as that.
the detective's pistol. I assume he gave Flora the pistol found next to Tesla's body. So as he moves up the stairs. So right now Thomas Edison is murdering Augustus Vanderberg. Flora is moving down the stairs. Mundy is having a seance. Oh. Okay, so I know exactly what's happening there. Fuck. Pardon my language. Oh, okay, so yeah, this is where I want it to be. Edison. Oh, man. Thomas Edison is a stone cold bastard because of the way he has no reaction to the scream of terror. Okay, so what do I do now? I need to pretend like I was in the kitchen, doing something. Meanwhile, I thought he was still blind at this point.
What are you doing? What's going on?
Je sais pas.
Laura!
I suggest you back off.
You son of a bitch, you know exactly what's going. I just want to watch your face through this whole thing. You lying piece of garbage. Oh man. At least they're all together now.
What happened? Flora.
I just fucking... I found him like this, it wasn't me.
He's dead.
We all know who it was. It was this godforsaken animal.
Put that finger away before I snap it off.
Spoken like a true innocent man.
Yeah, and where were you?
I was with Mr. Swan.
It is true. He was with me. Who would want to kill this poor boy?
I don't see it.
I gotta remember to pause time instead of pausing the game. I'm sorry. Let me get back into the game. So, oh fuck. Okay. Pardon me. Back to resume.
I don't
So,
see
as
anything.
with many movies and many books and many things, the fact that you don't know what's going on would have completely attributed to the fact that you would assume that he and he are telling the truth. But as we know, the only reason he is agreeing with him is because he has a secret.
I was with Mr. Swan.
It is true. He was with me. Who would want to kill this poor boy?
I don't see anyone giving you an alibi.
I was with her. Tell him.
Tell him. She doesn't seem very keen, does she?
It could have been Mr. White.
Don't you dare.
I say we tie up this animal until the police arrive and take him back to his cage for good. That's enough!
You tell him, Detective.
Mr. Edison, I need to mark the time of death. Do you have the hour?
It's 11:35.
Fucking...
Mr. Swan,
Mozart.
why are you wet?
When I had Miss White scream, I thought it was coming from the outside, so I went to make sure.
You're blind, not deaf. Her scream clearly came from under the house.
Sir, if you had suggested that I had anything to do with...
Now hear this! All of you. I sat quietly and listened to your lies. And one of you took that to mean I was a fool. And in your arrogance, you took another life. This young boy's life! But I promise you, this will not go unpunished. This will not go unpunished!
Alright, Gustav. Making a great scene for yourself, but we got 10 minutes left. So, we know that Edison killed Vanderberg. That's all we know at this point. We don't know who killed Tesla, or if any of them killed Tesla. We know Swan's probably not blind. I'm still betting on Flora being the murderer, just hitting him and running outside, etc., etc. But we have a conversation between Vanderberg and Bernhardt that we never saw play out. And we have a conversation between Swan, Flora, and Edison, which we haven't seen play out. I'm kind of worried that a significant amount of the conversations are kind of filler. Probably a bit character building. it may actually show why Edison is so quick to kill Vanderberg at that point. Um, because he seems really riled up in that conversation with Swan and Flora. Swan and Flora obviously have a very... whew, um, wow. I want to go back and look at that conversation between Swan and Flora, because that really... Oh man, just because of the impact of what Edison said to said about Swan, where he said, "I was with Swan," and Swan was like, "Of course, yeah, he was with me," because they both had something to hide. And then we did catch that little glimpse of Swan and Flora talking, where Swan insisted to Flora, hey, I'm super trustworthy, really. But we saw just now how he immediately accused Flora, and she immediately snapped back at him about accusing her, which, honestly now, the way he was talking to her before about being trustworthy and all, and kind of immediately turning on her at the first opportunity, really shady there. And his whole, I can't prove that he's not blind, but the way he looked at the board there made it look like he wasn't blind. I know there's a lot of blind people who can get around really well. I don't want to insinuate that he's not blind just because he can get around so well. But it's suspicious to say the least. But I guess we'll see by the end. We're near the end of the fourth. We're starting the fourth chapter. The fourth chapter is obviously only about 12 minutes long, so I'm gonna keep following Gustav for the moment. I might go back and follow someone else if someone else dies, because I can't miss that shit. Pardon my language. But I do believe there's a fifth chapter simply because of how, there's obviously a little slot there. I believe they left it blank so that you couldn't just skip ahead and see how long it was. The fifth chapter may be longer than 20 minutes, but I am determined to stay till the end. I'm going to follow Gustav till the end, and I'll probably end the playthrough at that point, but expect another playthrough. Oh, jeez. Look at this. We got 2 watches. Oh, Mozart and... Oh, I can only imagine what the other one says. Now here's the locket. Here's... Oh, we can pick them up. Give me a moment. I'm going to end the... I'll get back to those. I'm going to end the playthrough at the end of the story, but I'm going to play to the end of the story. I'm going to try to follow Gustav as much as possible. I may tangent off to the other characters if someone else dies, just to kind of see what's going on. Maybe other reasons as well. I want to check out those things, but I have to go to the bathroom again and pick up another drink. And I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Got my drink and I'm almost ready to go. Let's check out a couple of those little items that I just noticed on the side there. So these are items that we've randomly picked up over the course of the game. This is the detective's umbrella. Very interesting. This is, what do we have here? Cult Spells and Curses, one of the books from Tesla's bookshelf. This is Vanderberg's bottle of whiskey. Fine whiskey, if I might say. Here's the phone that he called the police on. His gun, of course.
Last will and testament of Victor.
Last will and testament.
Tesla's will. Last will and testament.
Last will and testament of Nikola Tesla. Huh.
Tesla's will. Last will and testament of Nikola Tesla. I, Nikola Tesla, a resident of the state of New York.
And of course, that is where the other death comes from. We have, I believe this is, oh yeah, so I believe this is Vanderberg's watch, and this is probably Edison's. T-A-E? Who's that? Whose watch is that? This is presumably Flora's locket. Gentleman Richard something. This is a... Oh, that's the knife, isn't it? Fuck you, Edison. This is the... I don't know what that is. It's some sort of club. Specifically designed to fuck someone up. And this is the Spirit Radio. So we're at the beginning of this chapter on Tesla's diary.
From this moment,
What's this? Oh, random document. There's a bunch of files that I'm obviously missing so far. So we're following Gustav. Let's get back to the game. I want to see this through to the end.
Is anybody here? Gustav, we've been here a quarter of an hour. Let me check the house again. We might have missed something. I don't think you should be drinking.
What were you doing in the basement?
You told me to look around. You must know I had nothing to do with this. I'm the one who found him.
A deductive mind would see that as evidence of guilt.
Oh, really? And what's your alibi?
When we arrived together, I didn't have time to search Tesla's body thoroughly. I was distracted. But later on, I had another look and I found this. It's yours.
Why would I make a duplicate of my own locket? Somebody is clearly trying to frame me, aren't they?
Give me back Mr. Tesla's gun.
For goodness sake, you can trust me. You said so yourself.
Give me back that gun!
I don't have it. I didn't feel safe carrying it around, so I hid it away.
Get it. Now. And don't take too long.
Oh, Gustav. Man, should I follow Flora? Should I try to find Mundy? Oh, man, where is everybody? Gustav's just drunk right now. Anybody out here? Is anybody down by the docks? Oh man, if someone's down by the docks. Oh, if I just stumble across a dead body, I'm gonna be so disappointed. Okay, pausing time. If someone died between chapters, I'm gonna be super disappointed because I won't be able to find out who the murderer is by just rewinding. Okay, no one looks like they're dead. How long did she say it's been? God damn it, I wasn't paying that much attention. It's been a couple hours. I'm going to predict by Gustav for now. I want to see if he does anything. As soon as I hear the gunshot, though. Other death. It's locked? Why is it locked? Okay. Who locked it?
I, Victor Mundi, direct that all estates, inheritance, and other death taxes shall be paid as an expense of administration. Other
Still don't know what the conversation between Edison and Bert were.
Son of a bitch!
What? Oh jeez, okay, hold on. Is someone dead? Oh, please tell me no one else is dead. Oh, I don't want to come across a body. Okay. Entry. No. I'm gonna be down back in the lab again, right? I don't think they would put a dead body back in the lab, but you never know. Okay. Oh. I don't know if I'm happy that Edison's still alive. But that probably means Swan's dead. Oh man. Oh man. Why are you holding a knife, Bernadette? Detective Gustav has taken early retirement from the Swedish police force. Once famous for the inspiration for the mystery novel The Detective So Good They Named Him Twice, Gustav is now better known for foolishly releasing his own prime suspect during a murder investigation. Following his recent divorce and financial troubles, Gustav is now expected to return to law enforcement. So apparently Gustav let a murderer go. Ooh, and someone probably died. Which seems to be the running theme in this story. Is, you know, people responsible for other people's deaths. The mistake. So, we still haven't seen anyone. Oh, this is open. So we can come up here. We haven't seen anyone operate this thing. I think this is Tesla's death ray. In real life, Tesla developed a death ray. Just saying. Climb this? Doesn't look like anyone's dead up there. No one's opened this. Picture. Rorschach. It looks like a skull to me. Just saying. Rorschach test. It's supposed to look different for everybody. It looks like whatever it looks like to you. Looks like a skull to me. Alright, so Bernadette was running with a knife. I don't see any dead bodies. That's a good sign to me. There's Mundy. Bernadette's just got a knife. There's those guys. I don't see Swan. I haven't found Swan, but I saw Edison alive. I see Mundy alive. I see Gustav alive. I haven't found Flora yet either, but I'm gonna follow Gustav. Jeez, Gustav, you just don't notice anything, do you? I mean, you don't exist like 5 feet from your body, I suppose. Like I do. Alright.
Stop. Where are you taking us?
The roof.
The roof.
This house is full of secret passageways. He could ambush us from anywhere, but he cannot do that on the roof.
Very clever.
I just want you to be safe.
I feel exactly the same way about you. Let's go.
It's locked. We must get through, break it open.
Won't that attract the attention of the killer?
We must be on the roof to signal to the police when they arrive.
Of course.
My hero.
Yeah.
Probably not the best place to be during a storm.
We'll be safe here. Come. Such a magnificent.
Pardon me. Yup. Yeah. John. Alright, well, change of plans. A friend of mine is coming over soon, so when he gets here, I'm just going to be turning things off. But until then, I'll see how far we can get.
Magnificent view.
Yeah. I can see everything clearly.
Let's wait here a moment, huh?
Use your real voice.
Pardon? What do you mean?
Use your real voice.
I don't understand.
I see. Use your real voice. You ungrateful little bitch. That's it. I'm waiting for that voice. I'm long for that voice. You almost fooled me. You changed your act. You changed your hair. You changed your face.
Merry
But I
Monday.
know who you really are now. I can see ya. I realize now. You're the son that I've been waiting for. You're a gift. You're my mistake to make undone.
Well, I mean, you're still alive, right? Are you? I mean, it's not that deep. Kind of saw it coming, but you know. So what are you gonna do now? Show's over, huh? Gonna wait till the end of chapter 4. Oh, what the? that Swan? Teleport. Oh. Is that Gustav? What? Hey, hold on, huh? Is that Gustav, Swan, and Edison? Swan pushed Gustav off a cliff? Oh man. I mean, oh man. That was Gustav. I'm pretty sure that was Gustav. Pretty sure that's Edison because Edison lives. Well, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to cut things off here because I have a friend coming over. Man, it looks like Gustav died. I think I know who Sarah Bernhardt is. I think she's a real person. I'm gonna have to look that up. But I'm just gonna have to end things here for the moment. I'll be back later to finish up Gustav's story. I'm gonna follow him for the rest of this 10 minutes and hope it unlocks chapter 5. Oh man, what about Flora? I wonder if Flora opens that door. I wonder if that door unlocks chapter 5. Oh Jesus. Well, Edison got away with murder. I wonder if Sarah Bernhardt did too. Well, I mean, let's see what happens. You all have a good day. I'll be signing off here. I'll be back another time, I assure you. Hopefully by tomorrow. We'll see how things go. Bye.